I'm Katie Anthony, and I own the Real Estate School of the Ozarks based in Springfield, Missouri. So many people ask what's required in Missouri to obtain a real estate license. So I would like to take a few minutes and go over that with you so that you understand the steps and the costs in obtaining a real estate license. The first requirement in order to obtain your real estate license is to take 2 courses. The first course is the 48-hour Missouri Salesperson Pre-Exam course. This course gets you ready to sit for the state and national real estate exams. Once you complete that course, you're eligible to sit for the exam. There is another course that is required, and that's called the 24-hour Missouri Real Estate Practice course. This course, there's no test for this course, but it is required for you to be able to obtain your license. And this course is simply, it's a bit of a jump start getting into your real estate business. We teach about contracts, lots about lending, and your relationship with the lender, because that is a very important relationship. Also is a section on a little bit on construction, so you understand different home styles and what's required, just the very basics of building a home. We talk about agency, which is how you're going to represent your buyers and sellers and your clients and customers. The course itself is more in-depth than the 48-hour pre-exam course. So the pre-exam course is simply a course to get you ready to sit for that exam. And then we elaborate on a lot more of those topics that we talk about. We elaborate more on that in the 24-hour course, just to kind of get you more ready to go to your brokerage, and you'll know terminology when you're working with your brokerage. So once you have completed at least the 48-hour pre-exam course, you have a few options for sitting for the real estate exam. The real estate exam is offered in different areas of Missouri. There's a school in, there is a testing center in Springfield, Jeff City. There's one in West Plains, and then Kansas City and St. Louis. So it's tough right now because business is going lots of people getting into business right now. So you do need to schedule your exam ahead of time, of course, in order to be able to sit for it. So once you complete that 48-hour course, you want to hop in and get scheduled. You can't schedule the exam until you complete the 48-hour course. That's important to know. You do have up to 6 months after your 48-hour course to actually complete all of your coursework. So your 24-hour course, and you need to complete your test and pass it, and find a broker, complete a background check, and then apply for your license. So there are 6 months for you to do that, which do tend to go pretty quickly. So you want to get that done as soon as possible. And we also recommend taking the test as soon as you can, as soon as you feel comfortable, and as quickly as possible after you finish that 48-hour course, because the information will go out of your head very quickly because it's going to stay in your short-term memory. Once you've completed your test, you've completed the 24-hour course, and I'll talk more about the test in a little bit, then you're going to register for a criminal background check. This is simply going on to the Missouri State Police website. You register for your criminal background check specifically for the Missouri Real Estate Commission, and then you'll go to one of the providers, have your digital fingerprints taken, and that goes off to the Missouri Real Estate Commission. That's all you need to do there. And again, I'll go through costs on that at the end. Then once you do that, you can apply for your license, but you can't do that until you have a broker to work under. One of the things that we talk about in our classes is applying with a broker. What is it that you want to ask that broker? And we have a few videos on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page questions that you want to ask brokers when you're looking for the right one, the right fit for you. So I invite you to take a look at those. And once your license comes back to your broker, then you'll join the National Association of Realtors, the Missouri Realtors, and then a local board of realtors. And that is something that your broker will talk to you about and explain which board of realtors they belong to and what's provided. But if you are looking to be able to get on a multiple listing service, you do need to belong to a board in order to do that. So there are monthly fees, annual fees, and application fees for your board of realtors as well. So as far as the exam has 140 questions. 40 of those are Missouri state law questions as related to real estate, of course. And the national questions, there are 100 national questions. You have up to 4 hours to complete both sections combined of the exam. You could potentially pass one and not the other, and if that happens, then you would only go back and take the one that you missed. So say, for instance, you passed the state and not the national, you would register to take the exam again, but you would only take the national portion. So you're good to go on state as long as you're within that 6-month time frame. The cost for the exam is $62, and that's for every time that you take it. So it's really wise to study for the exam and just follow what your instructor says, what we tell you in class. The tips that we have online tests, we have practice tests. We do everything possible that we can do to help you pass the exam, preferably on the first try. And on a state average, I would say it is 50%-ish for first-time pass rate on average for the entire state, all the schools. So when we get some, a rating from the Missouri Real Estate Commission that's higher than that, of course, we're very proud of that, and any school would be. But you have to keep in mind that in order to succeed and pass that test on the first try, you can't just go in and take it and see how you do. It's going to cost you $62 every time you do that. So it's in your best interest to just do the studying, get in there. You're not going to pass the test if you don't study. It is a tricky test. They don't have trick questions, but they do have tricky questions. A lot of people sweat the math, and we always say don't sweat the math. Just the math itself is not hard, but you do need to know the formulas in order to get it done. And there are only 10 math questions on the national test. And since you have 100 questions, 10 of those are math, then 90 have to do with other very important topics in real estate. So contracts is a big section of the test. Understanding the legalities of a contract, what makes a contract legal and binding, what makes it enforceable. Things like Sherman antitrust laws and things that might not sound familiar to you right now, but they're very important for passing the exam. And there are a lot more questions on these topics than there are on the math. So those are the things that we really stress with you. And we go through the outline from the testing center with you so that you know what you need to study. We have fair housing laws that you need to know. What happens if you violate a fair housing law? Lead-based paint. The year that lead-based paint was completely banned from residential construction, and what we need to disclose. Lots of our business is about disclosure. So these are the things that are going to help you pass the exam and are going to help you in your business. These are the laws that go along with what you as a real estate agent are going to need to know. So $62 for the test. The background check is just under $42, and it is only good for 90 days, so you don't want to do that until you pass your exam. But it's like I said, you just go on the website, register for it, and it gets, sent up to the Real Estate Commission. A lot of people ask the question, well, I'm a police officer, or I've already taken a background check, I'm in a security position. Do I still need to have the background check done? I mean, the military, doesn't matter what your background is, you still need to have that background check completed for the Missouri Real Estate Commission, because there are certain things that would preclude you from getting a license, certain felonies and convictions. So, and those are available either at the Missouri Real Estate Commission site or on our website as well. So we kind of go over those items where you could be refused a license altogether. So your licensing itself is $90. So once you find your broker, $90 for that. And then joining your board of realtors is going to be probably your biggest expense. But keeping in mind that this is a business that you're basically going to have your own business, and you're starting your own business for a total of approximately $2,000 from start to finish. So from the time you take your real estate classes to the end of your first year, you will have spent about $2,000 your first year in obtaining your license, starting your business. That doesn't count your auto expenses, marketing, things like that. It's just getting into the business fees. So $2,000 getting into your own business is a pretty good deal. I think that pretty much explains the basics of getting your real estate license. Now, once you are under a broker, that's when you're going to need to really work at getting your paychecks in. You're going to be self-employed in most cases. You're self-employed. So you're going to split part of your commission with your broker. And that's one question, if you look at the broker application process videos that we have, you'll see that those are the questions you want to ask when you're interviewing with brokers. But really, if you work hard at real estate, so many people say, well, there's so many people getting into the business now. And I always, always, always say this is an 80-20 business. 20% of the agents do 80% of the business. And that has been that way for I don't know how long. I've been in the business for a long time, about 20 some years. So I always, even then, when I was first licensed, it was a case where 20% do 80% of the business. And that means that those who work very hard at it are the ones that are going to succeed. So if you are a person that's driven and you have goals in mind, and you can set your own goals, and you can get out and talk to people and try to get buyers and sellers, and you can follow rules, and you're ethical and hungry, as they say, I want to make some money, I think you can provide a very good income for you and or for you and your family, whatever the case may be. We're always happy to talk to you about any questions that you might have, about questions about the classes and about the test, or just, look at any of the other videos that we have regarding, is the test hard? Yes, the test is hard, but there's a video on that as well. So, but anyway, I'm happy to talk. Our phone number is in reverse here, 417-771-8648. Give me a call anytime, or just shoot me an email, katieanthonyres@gmail.com. Thanks for listening and watching, and I hope to see you in class. Bye-bye.